All right, folks, it's been a hell of an offseason around Major League Baseball. The Dodgers were scooping stars left and right, and no doubt the biggest signing of them all is at the top of this list on your screen. That would be the Joe Kelly, and as promised, the Dodgers superstar joining us now alongside his co-author of A Damn Near Perfect Game, host of the world-famous Baseball Isn't Boring podcast, Mr. Rob Bradford. Wow, good Sunday morning to both of you. Rob, Joe said off camera.
Jesus' day.
Joe said off camera beforehand that shirt you're showing it's wrong. You need to fix that. I can't read that, but I think that's very creative.
Joe is right about almost everything in life, but he's wrong about this. And we don't have enough time to get into this, honestly.
Yeah, we don't, because if we had enough time, I'd kick your ass.
Yeah. So anyway, I just encourage everyone to go buy their Baseballs and Boring Japanese shirts.
Okay.
Because it's the international universal language. Baseball isn't boring.
Absolutely. Hey, Joe, so what's changed since Shohei has joined the team? How much crazier is it?
Emerson, you know the days back when we were in Boston and we were winning?
Yeah.
Let's just put it like that on steroids, HGH, and meth. So it's a big mix of tons of media, tons of fans. We get a text every day saying, today's the day we're breaking records of spring training. This weekend we already have the most people coming to our 2-game series our 2 games on Saturday, Sunday. The most in the Brooklyn Dodgers / LA Dodgers spring training history. So there's not going to be any parking. So it's been absolutely wild, absolutely fun. And, when you get 2 new teammates, you don't really know about their personalities, right? And I think the Dodgers do a great job on that. I've touched on it before, where they sign great people and great baseball players. But until you get to know them, you don't really know. And so far they fit right in, and it's been a awesome experience to learn from both of them.
Yeah, Rob, you were just
plus I got a new shoe deal. My wife gets a car from Shohei Ohtani, and
yes!
I no longer am a sponsored athlete from Adidas. So if anyone's out there, Shohei Ohtani is currently letting me wear his show ones, the SO1. So currently I'm a New Balance guy, and my sponsor is Shohei Ohtani. So it's been great. We wear the same size cleats. Sometimes he'll leave me New Balance basketball shoes in my locker, and it'll say from show on the box. So he's currently my agent. So it's been awesome. New Balance, if you're hearing this, looking for another guy.
Yeah. Hashtag not an ad, but hashtag
hashtag
could
I
be.
don't even have social media, so you're screwed.
How often do you get to drive the car, Joe?
Rarely. I let my wife. That's her. I mean, I like my truck. I still like to burn fuel, ruin the world, ruin the atmosphere. It's great.
Rob, when you were out there, just the atmosphere, I know it's on steroids, HGH, and meth. But this target on LA's back is the size of Guam here.
I couldn't identify the meth aspect of the Dodgers following, but I will say this is that when I walked into Joe's house, the first thing that you see is a bottle. And Joe doesn't drink. We want to make that clear. But a bottle of and Emerson, you can tell me if this is good or not.
Okay.
It's 12-year-old whiskey? What is it?
At least at the bare minimum.
Okay. Yeah. It was a nice bottle of wine, nice bottle of whiskey, because when Joe's having a cookout, he only has cookouts with notable people.
Of course.
Me and Yamamoto and Ohtani. Yamamoto and Ohtani comes over. It's a big deal when Yamamoto and Ohtani's coming over to Joe Kelly's house. So yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's in all sincerity, Emerson, going over to the Dodgers camp, it reminded me of Daisuke Matsuzaka back in 2007. It was nuts.
Joe, how has Yamamoto been acclimating to the MLB life? I see he's been a little up and down through a couple spring training starts here.
Yeah. No, he's been great. It's a huge learning curve, right? Shohei's been here, played 6 seasons, and Yamamoto, like I said, when I had him over for dinner just to talk baseball, feed him, get to know your teammates, and he's been great. He's fit right in. He'll text me, and we have Google Translate on our phone. He'll text me, and Be like, hey boss, you want to go golf? Because we took him golfing and now he's addicted. He's a really good golfer.
What's his nickname? Joe, what's his nickname?
Yeah.
No, I can't say it.
Yes, you
I
can.
told him I wouldn't say it anymore.
We've already heard it. We've already heard it on the Baseball Isn't Boring
You can
podcast.
say it. You know his nickname.
OB.
Yeah, so
right?
they were. I can say it because it's public knowledge. Joe and Blake Trinan went golfing with him. He's a very good golfer, a very good human being, a very good guy to go golfing with. But also, evidently, just like you, Emerson, because I played golf with you, evidently wears down in the back nine. So whatever the initials for out of bounds is, that's his nickname. There you go.
He loves it. No, his nickname's OB. He wouldn't care.
Hey Joe,
no, he's a stud golfer.
How are you guys embracing though, like all of these ridiculous expectations that have been put on you guys? Like is the pressure? Do you guys feel it right now?
No, absolutely not. I don't think I'll ever feel the pressure. I'm the wrong person to ask because once we win the World Series, I'll probably retire. You know, when people are like, hey, how's it feel to win your third World Series? I'm retired, so go talk to someone else. You know, for me, I'm good. So I think the pressure for, you know, some guys who've never experienced or done it might be a little bit different. But I mean, we've had big name guys on our team, you know, forever. So it's no more pressure than what you'd put on yourself normally. You know, Mookie Betts is one MVP, Freddie, you know, all these guys have done crazy big things. So the pressure to win a World Series, that's almost easy. Like it'd be more pressure for Mookie. You'd be like, Mookie, you have to win the MVP this year. That's probably harder to do. You know what I mean? So
for sure.
The pressure is not that big, and it's going to be exciting. You know, I think for all around, if we could share the workload and give guys breaks and give guys off, you know, obviously wrap up the division. It's going to be a fun year.
Hey, Rob, from your perspective, which team do you think has the best shot at preventing the Dodgers from winning it all?
Oh, the Dodgers can only prevent themselves from winning it all.
Yeah.
There you go. Is that a good answer? Is that the answer, right? Joe?
That's not bad.
That's a brilliant answer.
Yeah, it's kind of true. But
it is kind of true.
I think so where I am is the other side of the country. Obviously, like I see the Braves. And I saw the Phillies last year during the playoffs. I actually thought that they were going to run it and roll into the World Series, roll past the World Series and win it. I do think that the Braves are super. The Braves have the most talent other than the Dodgers, but the Phillies dynamic, I think, is the best in baseball other than the Dodgers, the clubhouse and the talent. So I'm going to go with the Phillies over the Braves.
Okay.
But still, you know, listen, I mean, I'm contractually obligated to say the only thing that can stop the Dodgers is the Dodgers. But
dude, you also didn't you have Diamondback GM Mike Hazen on the Baseball Isn't Boring pod recently? How did?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot that.
Yeah.
No, it's the gritty gutty Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
The gritty gutty.
Yeah, they are.
So, yeah, I mean the biggest thing, Emerson, you know, is that in this playoff format, the thing that sucks is that what we've seen is that the best teams get a little time off, and then it's a sad trombone because they're beaten by the team with 84 wins in the regular season. That's how it's been. So, you know, that's what we have to, every time we say the Dodgers, the Phillies, the Braves, you have to incorporate teams like the Diamondbacks or whoever else. So
yeah, you got to incorporate the wild card team who's hot.
Yeah, yep. Exactly.
So and that changes every year, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint it, right? And I think you can't do anything about it right now, and there's no excuses. I think you just play better, right? Play better baseball. You know, don't make excuses. If you're the better team, you should go out and show you're the better team and really take it to heart if you lose. But the format itself will eventually get changed because for the same reason that it was brought up by you, Emerson and Rob. And, you know, for me as a player, I wouldn't care to change any kind of format. It's just, but that's my personality, like to shut up and go win. But for the people that care about it, you know, it makes sense because you want to see the best team, or, you know, for MLB, you know, they probably make more money. You want to see the superstars in the postseason. And it's the Dodgers who get knocked out after having, you know, 8 days off from, you know, last year, let's just say the Diamondbacks, but this year, let's just randomly say maybe it was the Pirates just get lucky out of nowhere and the Dodgers get knocked out by the Pirates. Like, that's terrible for baseball. You know what I mean? having, you know, your number 1 seed with the bye go down. But on my aspect as a player, it's like, hey, it's your fault. You should have played better.
Yeah.
But as a fan, yes, you want to see the LeBrons and, you know, the Shoheis and the Messis and all those guys in the playoffs and not have a week off, you know, and play kind of sluggish.
All right, before we go to break here, that march to October, that march to that World Series title for you guys starts here in just like a few weeks. You're going to be playing San Diego and South Korea. How excited are we for this journey across the globe?
Man, I am. I would say I am even keel on it. I think it's going to be a great experience. I am not excited for the repercussions of, you know, coming back to the States. So, you know, it's going to be a lot of time changes and travel.
Yeah.
And I mean, stats show I've seen teams do it, go to London, you know, Australia. They come back and they play 500 baseball at best. So it's going to be tough coming back. It's going to be fun going there and playing. You know, it's only 2 games, but, you know, we'll see how many wins the Dodgers could get or the Padres could get when we get home.
And then, Rob, how excited are you to be his roommate on this trip in South Korea?
He ain't going to be my roommate.
He's not coming?
I just got the invitation.
He's not my roommate.
Yeah, I just got the invitation.
Emerson, I'd rather have you
go. All right. Hey, I'm in, dude. I just got to get a passport here in the next 3 weeks. Mine just expired.
We did talk about this earlier, Emerson, in Baseball's and Boring podcast about Joe's intentions when he goes over there, which is basically to be the baseball version of Dennis Rodman and potentially go to the 38th parallel and create world peace.
You two hang out. We're going to rip through some other MLB storylines after this break.